Yes. Hi, everyone. Really excited today to share with you all about the World Beyond Money series, episode one. And today we are treating real estate investing strategies for beginners. And I'm very excited about this particular topic. When we decided to launch the World Beyond Money series, um, I asked myself what would be the very best, topic to share. And the thing that came to my mind was we needed to share more about real estate investing strategies because real estate is a key vehicle for investment, and so many people don't have a good idea about real estate investing strategies, right? So that is why we have decided to host this webinar today. Let me see, confirm that you can hear me correctly, and also let me try to put a very better view, better lighting. Yeah. So I want you to pay very much attention to what we are going to say today. Um, I hope I'm very audible enough. Okay. So first of all, let's start from what is real estate investing. Okay. So if this is your very first time learning about real estate, um, then just put in the chat, put in the comments that this is your first time. Um, I also want to know what your expectations are for this webinar. What are your expectations for this webinar? What did you have in mind when you registered for this webinar? Okay, I want to also have that in the chat. And I also want to know those who have a little background or a little understanding of what real estate investing is. You can also put that in the chat and let me know the extent at which you understand about real estate investing. This should be audible enough. Yes. Okay. So, what is real estate? Let's start from there. What is real estate? So, real estate is any investment that has to do with land and any structure on land. So, any investment that has to do with land itself and any structure on the land. So, starting from buildings, starting from land themselves, and also looking at investing in properties that have already been built and properties that are yet to be built. So that's what real estate is all about. So starting from land and any other structure on it. It can be a residential building, it can be a commercial building, it can be an industrial plant, it can be um, a bridge, it can be an infrastructure project. So anything that has to do with land and any structure on land is real estate investing. Okay, so another thing again I would love to share is that for us to begin investing in real estate, first of all, we have to um, have an understanding of our intentions. Okay, what is your intention and why are you deciding to invest in real estate? It's very, very important for you to understand that. So the first thing for you to do is to set your intentions, and then you now advance from there. So what are your goals? What are your intentions? Why do you want to invest in real estate? Yes, so that is the first thing you need to ask yourself. Is it for wealth building? Is it for paying off a debt? Is it for saving for a particular, maybe you want to buy a house, or you want to buy a car, or you want to travel the world? You need to have an intention why you are deciding to invest in real estate. Okay, and now when you have set your intentions, okay, you have to now decide what you desire to achieve. You need to understand what you desire to achieve, and this will inform the type of real estate investing strategy that will best fit your goal or your intention. Right now, so understanding that, we now go over to um, what are these various strategies. What are these various strategies? And the first one is land banking. So land banking. Um, the first one is land banking. The first one is land banking. And then what is land banking? Okay, so land banking is basically looking at different. Okay, land banking. The simplest way to describe land banking is this: um, you see a piece of land that is available for sale. You purchase either one plot or two plots or three plots or four plots or more than one plot, right? And you hold that plot for a number of years, let's say 2 years, 3 years, or 4 years, and then you resell it. So that is one way of doing land banking. And then land banking is basically acquiring and accumulating land assets, okay? Acquiring and accumulating land assets and reselling them for a higher price after they have appreciated. So, for example, if you bought, if you are in Lagos and um, you bought Ikoyi when it was, say, like 10 years ago or 20 years ago, you can imagine what the land price will be by now, right? 20 years later or 30 years later. Now, if you bought Meitama in Abuja for like when it was just 10 years ago when they launched this Meitama in Abuja, you can imagine how much you must have accumulated in terms of the asset appreciation by the time you sell it in 2025. Yeah, so that is the power of land banking. Power land banking is based on the fact that land keeps appreciating in value over time. So because land keeps appreciating in value over time, you constantly see that the money you invested at a particular time will keep growing over time. And the good thing about land banking is if development keeps coming in that area where you bought the property. So location is very important. So when it comes to land banking, location is very, very important. So you are thinking about, okay, where is the government looking at putting in new infrastructure? Where are new projects launched? Right? Where are businesses going to establish their headquarters or their companies? You know, where is infrastructure development coming? Now, with the understanding of this, you will be able to, establish a good land banking structure for yourself, that you purchase a particular piece of property in a very good location, in a growing city or in a growing area, and you watch that investment appreciate over time. Yes. So, and then the second um, thing about land banking is that you can either buy to resell it after a number of years, or you can buy it in order to lease it out. So leasing means that you are buying it and you can rent it out to people. So you are not selling it directly to them. You buy it and you hold it. It stays as your land, it stays as your own asset, and you just lease it out per time. Okay. Then another thing again is, how do you go about this land banking? Right? How do you go about it? So first of all, you need to understand land banking as I've already explained. Then secondly, you need to um, identify opportunities. So you look out for real estate development companies who are launching new projects, who are launching new land banking opportunities, and you look at your budget and then you start investing your into that project, right? And before you know it, you've acquired one or two assets, and with that, you can now leverage the land banking strategy that I just shared about with you now to build wealth on that. Now, looking also at land banking, you can decide to set an annual goal to say, okay, every single year, I'm going to acquire one landed property. I'm going to acquire one land asset every single year, one plot of land or two plots of land. Or you can make it a biannual project in such a way that every 6 months in a year, I must own a property. I must own a land asset. Now, when you do that, you are in the next 5 years. That means you've acquired over 10 properties if you are doing a biannual strategy. However, if you are doing an annual strategy, in the next 5 years, you've acquired for yourself over 5 pieces of land or 5 plots of land, depending on how many plots or acres that you are looking to own. Yes. Now, in land banking, you have to understand what the land is all about. Number one plot of land ranges from 500 square meters to 600 square meters in some places, and 6 plots of land equals 1 acre of land. Okay, and 15 plots of land equals 1 hectare of land. So this will inform you on what to do on, and also know exactly what you want to achieve when you are doing your land banking. Now, the next one is short-term rentals. Okay, so you hear about Airbnb. Airbnb has gotten so much attention over the years because of the power of cash flow, the power of generating consistent cash flow over time, using apartments that can be shared by people from anywhere in the world. Just by owning an apartment in a growing city, in a fast developing area, or in a very established city, and people are visiting these cities every single time, and you own an apartment there, you can lease out that apartment for a short period of time, say 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month, depending, and you are earning income every single day that your apartment is booked. That is a very powerful way of earning from real estate. And how do you go about this? The first thing you need to do is to find a very good apartment or building, right, in a very strong, bubbling location. For example, if you are living in Lagos, Lekki, Phase 1, Victoria Island, Ikoyi, and so many other parts like Ikeja are very good places. And also, when you consider other locations, it could be South Africa, it could be Kenya, and that's one beauty of short-term rentals. You are not restricted to just one country, right? You can own an apartment in London, you can own an apartment in California, you can own an apartment in Nairobi, anywhere in the world. Yes, and you are generating consistent cash flow over time on these properties that you own, right? And you also don't have to own the property outrightly. You can either rent it from an existing landlord and then list this apartment on Airbnb platform or on your own private platform, and people begin to book. So the good thing about Airbnb is that they already have the infrastructure, the website and everything. The payment system is already built, right? So you don't have to design everything from scratch for yourself. However, for if you are going to establish your own private channel on um, how to facilitate your bookings, then you have to create a new website. You have to find how to list your properties on this website, and you also have to consider marketing budget as well. So that is one aspect of short-term rentals that you have to also consider. Now, in short-term rentals, cash flow is the major priority. Okay, occupancy rate is also very important, because without a good occupancy rate, you're going to be losing money, because you are going to use money to, first of all, you're going to use money to, you know, rent the apartment, you're going to furnish the apartment, you're going to maintain the apartment, right? So you have to ensure that your occupancy rate is going up, and you can do that by increasing your marketing budget, by also improving your customer service experience, so that people can refer you, and also people can you can have repeat customers who keep coming back to your apartment. Now, for long-term rentals, long-term rentals consider basically you own an apartment or you rent an apartment and you lease it out again to tenants, right? Or you own an investment property in a very good location in a very good city, and people pay you rental income, maybe monthly or annually. In some places like Nigeria, rental income is due annually, while in some places like in the US, rental income is due monthly, right? So you just consider which one works best for you, right? And for long-term rentals, basically they can range from residential buildings or commercial buildings. For example, you can have um, long-term rentals for event centers, for office spaces, for residential apartments. Okay, those are very good for long-term rentals as well. Now, another strategy, the fourth real estate investing strategy for beginners is what I call the real estate investing trust. So real estate investment trust, or REITs, right? Now, real estate investment trusts, they are formed by companies that are into development, and then they list these properties, or they list their own company on the stock exchange, whereby you can invest in their stock and you are earning dividends per time based on their profit declarations, and it can be quarterly, it can be annually. This one, you don't need to own any land, you don't need to own any property. All you just need to do is to buy a stock of these companies that are listed on the stock exchange, right? And you are earning dividends per time. Yeah, so that is for real estate investment trust. There is also a variation to it. There are publicly traded investment trusts, and there are non-publicly traded investment trusts. So for public traded investment trust means that you can find these investment trusts on the stock exchange, while the non-publicly traded investment uh, trusts are private companies that list their real estate investment trust in a private they release it just for those who know them or those who want to invest with them privately. You don't have to go to any stock exchange to buy from them directly. You can directly go to the company and buy this real estate investment trust, and it can range in terms of units. So for example, a company might say we are releasing our real estate investment trust for say $100 per unit, or 200,000 naira per unit, or $300 per unit. And then if you have this amount of money, you can buy 2 units, 3 units, 4 units, 5 units, depending on how much budget you have. And after a while, you are going to get dividends or return on your investment. Okay. Now, for real estate, the fifth one is real estate investment groups. Right now, real estate investment groups is very interesting, in the sense that you can use real estate investment groups to do land banking. Right, you can use real estate investment group to do short-term rentals as well as long-term rentals. So for example, what is real estate investment groups? Real estate investment groups basically is, you have a you have identified an opportunity in real estate, but you don't have the entire budget to leverage that opportunity. For example, you have seen an investment property in a very good location. However, the price of that property is very high, and you only have, let's say, 20% of that. Now, imagine you bringing together five of your friends to contribute all the money and buy that property. Now, when you do that, all of you will have a 20% equity, depending on your equity contributions, right? All of you will have a stake in that property, and return that comes from that particular um, any return that comes from that particular project or property goes also to your account, goes to you. So now you do not miss out on the opportunity. For example, if you had just say the property is $20,000, right, and you have just $5,000, if you only said to yourself, oh, I don't have $20,000, and you pass the opportunity, that means you miss it. However, if you bring together your friends who also are interested in investing in real estate, you will see that you will be able to leverage that opportunity, right? And at the end of the day, all of you will win. So that is the power of real estate investment groups. And this is so important because even in land banking, if you don't have all the money to purchase a piece of land or a parcel of land, you can come together with your friends and purchase that property, and all of you, it will be in your name. So families can do it, siblings can do it, good friends can do it. But one thing you have to be sure about is, in doing real estate investment groups, ensure that there is accountability within the real estate investment group. Ensure there is equity, transparency, and fairness within the investment group. Yeah. Now, the final one is what I term real estate development financing. So, for example, there are many investors that are interested in investing in real estate. However, they don't want to own any property. They also don't want to own any land. They don't want to buy any apartment. What they just want to do is they want to fund a development company and then get returns on the investment. So, for example, a development company like Carina, can decide to say, oh, we are launching this new project and we're opening this project up to investors to invest any amount of money for a specific return on investment, say 10% or 20% or 30%. Now, as a smart investor, what you need to do is to analyze this investment opportunity, check your budget, and then see how you can invest. Now, when you invest in this development company, right, for a particular project, you are expecting a certain return on investment. Yeah. So this will allow you to earn from real estate without actively owning a property. Yes. So, and that is the beauty of real estate. So now we have listed over 6 strategies for investing in real estate, right? And the first one I mentioned is land banking, and the second one is short-term rentals. The third one is long-term rentals. The fourth one is real estate investment trusts, REITs. The fifth one is real estate investment groups, and then the final one is real estate development financing. So financing, you can be a private individual financing a development company. It can be a corporate organization like a venture capital firm or a private equity firm, or just a conglomerate of investors or a consortium of investors who fund development companies who are building new projects, right? So it ranges from individuals to organizations. Okay, so that is what you have: 6 strategies for beginners investing in real estate. So actions to take after this webinar. Okay, what are the actions for you to take? Now, the actions for you to take, very simple. First of all, rewatch this broadcast. Okay, rewatch this broadcast and yes, rewatch this broadcast, understand every single thing that we have spoken about on this, we have learned today, and then sign up for either a one-on-one conversation. If you need more clarification, you can send us an email to our company at sales@carinaglobalrealty.com. You can send us an email to that, or info@carinaglobalrealty.com, and we'll be able to reach out to you and schedule a one-on-one conversation, and then discuss with you on what your priorities are, what your investment goals are, and this will now enable us to help you to take this knowledge to the next level. Yes. Another thing again is plan to invest. Okay. So one thing I know that inhibits people from investing in real estate is, number one, ignorance. And ignorance is fear, and then fear comes from ignorance, right? So because you don't know much about it, you just think that, okay, it's possible, or it's not for me, or it's too complicated. Now that is why we are hosting this webinar, so that you can learn about real estate investment strategies. And with this knowledge, and with this knowledge, every fear goes away. And with that knowledge, you can now make very informed decisions, okay, on how to invest in real estate. So with this knowledge that we've shared today, I believe that you have gained good understanding of real estate investing. And as a beginner, the first step to investing in real estate is always knowledge. Gain more knowledge. So beyond just this webinar, do more research on these 6 strategies that we have shared today, okay, and see how you can now take this knowledge to the next level. I'm very excited for you, and I believe that in the next 1 year, by the time I see you again, okay, you already must have owned your own properties in your name. Either you have invested in land, or you've owned an investment property, or you started your short-term rental business, or you've built, or even built an apartment and rented out to others. It's very possible. So because I don't know the level of, or your stage of investing, right? I don't really know. That's why I'm sharing all these strategies, so that you can now pick the one that you like the most, and you do further research on it. And if you need more clarification, you can reach out to us, and we'll be able to support you and help you. Yes. So I'm very excited for you, and thank you so much for joining this live stream. And I believe that those who will watch this again, you are also going to enjoy everything that we have shared today. And please reach out to us. We are very excited to welcome your questions, your comments, and your feedback. Thank you very much. This is not going to be the end. We are also going to have more series coming on board very soon. So this is just the episode 1, and yes, this is episode 1 of the Wealth Beyond Money series. Beyond just real estate, we are also going to be speaking specifically on other things. And our next series is going to speak about building wealth with purpose. Building wealth with purpose. That will be the next series, and we're going to announce it and also share it with you. For those who are already subscribers to this webinar series, you will get it directly in your email. Okay, and please share this video with other people. Share this, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and keep on learning more about different ways of building wealth. And I'll see you in the next series. Thank you so much. My name is Chibuna Obona. I work at Carina Global Realty, and my role is I founded the company, and I'm excited to build more contacts through this particular web live cast and share more knowledge with more people. So please, let's learn together, let's grow together, let's continue to thrive together. Cheers. I wish you all the best, and enjoy the rest of your day, enjoy the rest of your morning, enjoy the rest of your evening, anytime you're going to watch this again. Cheers. Bye.